Time now for Consumer Confidential with KTLA 5's David Lazarus.
He joins us here in studio. Good to see you, Laz.
Thank you.
All right, so we're talking about Twitter, Elon Musk. It feels like we've been talking about this forever. So now shares are plummeting because he's saying that he's going to pull out of the deal. What's going on?
Yeah, and anyone who's been paying attention over the weekend, late Friday, Elon Musk announced that he is pulling out of his $44 billion acquisition of Twitter. Twitter responded by saying, no, you're not. We're going to sue to make you go through with the deal. And now is the prospect of potentially months or even years of ugly litigation. That's almost certainly not going to happen. In situations like this, both sides are going to start angling for a settlement of one sort or another. Now, many legal analysts say that Twitter has the advantage here. First of all, Elon Musk knew full well by reading the regulatory filings that Twitter wasn't sure how many fake accounts there were, which is the key thing that he's citing in citing his cold feet. Second of all, Musk waived due diligence as a part of the deal. That too doesn't work in his favor. So those are elements to this. But there's another interesting aspect, and that is, what if Twitter, as experts say it could, prevails here? Can you force somebody to buy something that they don't want? This is untested territory when it comes to corporate acquisitions. Obviously, it wouldn't work well for Twitter shareholders because, you don't want somebody who wants to come in and then potentially out of spite shut the company down or start messing with it. So there's a lot of moving parts at this point, but what's very clear is there is chaos afoot. Twitter shares down at last check by about 9% today. That wipes nearly $2 billion off the company's market value. So for a guy who said he's the guy to make this company stronger, he's going exactly in the opposite direction.
Any chance somebody else swoop in and try to buy it?
Interesting question there. Google has always been thought of as a potential buyer for Twitter, but with Elon Musk there, and all this mess out there, hard to imagine anyone's going to want to be a part of that equation until it gets settled.
All right, it's tough buying a new car these days. It's even tougher to get one fixed.
Yeah, and we've been talking about for months now how pandemic-related shortages have been pushing up the prices of both new and used cars, and now there's a new wrinkle. You can't get them fixed. There aren't enough mechanics and technicians to go around, especially for the very high-tech new breed of vehicles that are out there. According to CNBC, dealers and others just can't find people either with the skills or the interest in taking on a gotta-get-your-hands dirty kind of job in the current climate, and so they just don't have a lot of people who want to pursue this as a trade. Now, there are some analysts who say, well, the upside here is that because a new breed of electric vehicles are just rolling computers, you might get people coming in to service them who see that as an opportunity to take other gigs in the tech world, which is partially true, I suppose. More likely, Detroit and the car industry at large is going to simply have to acknowledge that these people who previously got relatively low wages and benefits are going to have to be paid more like they work for Apple's Genius Bar.
All right. So prices going up across the board. We know this. Costco also raising prices, but one item is staying the same. Is it the hot dog?
It is the hot dog. Spoiler alert. But we talked about last week how some of the food court items were going up, and everybody's first reaction was, well, what about the dogs? Okay, the head of the company, Craig Jelinek, was asked on CNBC this morning, what about the dogs? And he said, definitively, the price of the hot dog combo, $1.50 for a dog and a drink, is not going up. In fact, that's been the price for decades now. In the retail world, this is what's known as a loss leader. The whole point isn't to make money off of this. The whole point of this is to get you in the door and buy other things. Yep. Costco clearly knows that they've got something good on their hands with the dog deal, and that's why they didn't hesitate, even amid rising wholesale costs, to say, $1.50. That's where we're staying.
I heard the same thing's happening with their roasted chicken.
I didn't hear the roasted chicken, but I'm sure they're not going to mess with that either, all things considered.
I'll have a hot dog, a roasted chicken, and a 52-inch television.
And a big pallet of toilet paper. Thank you very much.
Let's add a bottle of wine to that, and
that's a weekend.
Just a bottle? Come on.
Just a bottle.
All right, Laz, we'll see you at 1 o'clock.